Good morning, students. Today we are going to see the hydrogen production technologies. There are the three major technologies are used for the production of hydrogen. One is nothing but thermochemical production technology, electrolytic production technology, and photolytic production technology. The choice of production methods will depends upon the availability of the feedstock. Feedstock in the sense main resources. For example, for thermochemical or electrolytic or photolytic, the main thing is water. Water is a feedstock or the resource. The quantity of hydrogen is required for the generation of the particular application. The generation which requires for the particular application. That is also another kind of parameter. And how much energy of hydrogen, the pure hydrogen is we are getting. That is also the major concern while we are talking about the production technology. So there are three types of production technology. From the three types of production technology, nearly 90%, 75% and 50% of hydrogen will be produced. So first process is nothing but thermochemical production technology. Second process is electrolytic production technology. Third process is photolytic production technology. So thermochemical production technology in the sense nothing but thermochemical water splitting process which uses the high temperature of heat in order to split the water components. Nearly 500 to 2000 degrees Celsius will be after. We are applying the heat to the water in order to split the components. To drive the series of chemical reactions that will produce the hydrogen. So the chemicals are used in this process. With each cycle this is reused. The chemicals are reused for creating the closed loop that consumes the only water and produces hydrogen and oxygen. Such type of hydrogen production technology we used to say that thermochemical hydrogen technology. And next one is electrolytic thermal technology or electrolytic production technology. So here electrolytic production technology in the sense electrolyzer is the main thing. An electrolyzer which combines the oxidation and reduction of reaction which is driven by the electricity in order to separate the streams of hydrogen gas and oxygen gas by a process we call it as electrolysis. That is nothing but in a turbine or in a tank, the two electrodes are kept and water will be poured into the tank and electricity will be passed through the water. So the water which has H2O components will be separated and oxygen will be separated, deposited over the anode and hydrogen will be deposited over the cathode. Cathode is a negatively charged particles and the anode is a positively charged particles. So hydrogen contains the portion of electrical energy E that can be used to generate the electricity in the fuel cell by process is called as a reverse electrolysis process. If water electrolysis is driven by the renewable electricity, then it can be used in a fuel cell as an electric vehicle in order to displace the petroleum and also increase the vehicle efficiency and also reduce the environmental impact of the vehicles. And third method is nothing but that is photolytic production. Photolytic production or otherwise we call it as a biological production which uses some of the microorganisms and sunlight to turn water, sometimes organic matters into the hydrogen. This is a longer technology which is used to produce the hydrogen, but 35 to 40% of hydrogen will be produced. In order to obtain the pure hydrogen, again we have to go with this bacteria or algae is used to split the water into oxygen and hydrogen ions. So the hydrogen ions can be combined through the direct and indirect routes in order to release the hydrogen gas. So many challenges are there if in the photolytic production technologies. In thermochemical production technology, there are three methods the hydrogen will be produced. That is 90% of the hydrogen will be produced by using this thermochemical production technology. One is steam reforming method, another one is a partial oxidation process or ceramic membrane reactor, biomass gasification and pyrolysis method. Second one is electrolytic production technology. Here also we are using nearly 6 types of hydrogen production. One is water electrolysis, steam electrolysis process, photoelectrolysis process, thermochemical water splitting process, and byproducts of a sodium potassium chloride electrolysis process, reversible fuel cells or reversible electrolysis process, and photolytic production technology, which consists of two categories. In this way the production of hydrogen will be taking place: photoelectrical chemical process, biological and photobiological process. So first one is thermochemical process. So thermochemical process, in the sense we are talking about the nothing but the solar energy is concentrated with the mirror focusing on the special lens in order to generate the 2000 degrees Celsius. For that we are using the one kind of solar device, we call it as heliostat. Heliostat is the method which can produce the higher temperature, that is 2000 degrees Celsius. These temperatures are used to trigger the series of chemical reaction that splits the water molecules to produce the hydrogen without generating any harmful emissions. Since these chemicals which are used are recycled, and this proposed process consumes only water and produces only hydrogen and oxygen. So the first method we call it as steam reforming method. In the steam reforming method, which uses the thermal energy to separate the hydrogen from the carbon components in methane and methanol, which involves in the reaction of these fuels with the steam as a catalytic surface. So what is the first step of the reaction is nothing but which decomposes the fuel into hydrogen and carbon monoxide. Then the reaction will be taking place in the carbon monoxide and water in order to produce the carbon dioxide and hydrogen. Again the hydrogen is not a pure one, so we are taking this hydrogen, the liquid, to the 200 degrees Celsius in the temperature. Then steam forming of the natural gas is available, and nearly 90% of the hydrogen will be production will be obtained in this steam forming method. So natural gas is first cleared from the sulfur components, then it is mixed with the steam and send a over of nickel alumina catalyst inside the tubular heated reactor, and where the carbon monoxide and hydrogens are generated. This step is followed by the catalytic water gas shift reactions, which converts carbon monoxide and water to the hydrogen and carbon dioxide. So the hydrogen is a purified one, CH4 plus H2O, which will give the 206 of kg joules, which will give carbon monoxide with 3H2. Then exothermic shift reaction will be taking place. So carbon monoxide with H2O, again it will come carbon dioxide and H2. So overall reaction is nothing but CH4 plus 2H2O plus 165, that is nothing but the joules. And finally we are getting that carbon dioxide and water. So the residual stream from the initial purification is nothing but the fuel gas burned in the reformer in order to supply the required heat. So which will give the 90% of the hydrogen. The production of hydrogen from the natural gas is the integral part of the strategy in order to introduce the hydrogen by reducing the cost of the conventional system, and which is pure steam methane reforming process where pure hydrogen will be produced by removing the carbon dioxide also. So we can remove the carbon dioxide with the help of SMR, that is steam methane reforming method, in order to remove the carbon dioxide from the product of steam. So many applications we can use this one. Second method is nothing but partial oxidation process, or otherwise a ceramic membrane reactor. In partial oxidation process, the natural gas such as hydrocarbons or gases or fossil fuels and oxygen are injected into the high pressure reactor. The oxygen to the carbon ratio is minimized in order to get the carbon monoxide and hydrogen. So further steps, we are using the large amount of heat will be generated through the oxidation reaction process. Then with water and carbon monoxide in order to get the carbon dioxide and hydrogen, and remove the carbon dioxide, and purified hydrogen will be produced in the partial oxidation process, or there is a membrane will be kept in the reactor. So the membrane will remove the carbon dioxide and produce only the pure hydrogen. But this process needs oxygen, which has been usually provided by the air distillation plant. So the natural process of the oxidation process is nothing but CH4 plus 1/2 O2, which will give the carbon monoxide with oxygen, with hydrogen. So after partial oxidation reaction, the process gas is similar to the steam reforming process. The heating is not required here. Directly the reaction will be taking place. But steam reforming method, the water is converted into steam, then it has to be converted into hydrogen. But here there is no need of steam reforming process. So heating is not required for this partial production process. Next one is a biomass gasification and pyrolysis method. Here the biomass and fossil fuels are used for the production of the hydrogen. So using the agriculture residuals and waste are used for this one kind of gas will be produced. From the gas, the extraction of hydrogen can be produced by using the method we call it as pyrolysis process or gasification process. So biomass pyrolysis produces the liquid product, that is bio oil, which is used for the petroleum types of vehicles. And these components are easily transformed into products, including hydrogen co-products are also used for the various application purpose.